Welcome back, guys. I'm going to be showing you how to remove valve stem seals with no special tools. First of all, I'm going to start off with removing this camshaft, remove all the cam caps, and please do it with caution because you have to do it one at a time evenly. Okay, all are loosened. So we are going to remove each cap. I'm going to start with 5 going to 1. And please guys, the caps are numbered, but put it in order so you don't mess it up, and just leave it carefully in a place and mark it. So here we have a rubber gasket, which I love, by the way, better than a cork gasket, and it can be reused. Just put some Victorines over it if it's in good condition, so you can reuse it and don't waste money. When you're removing your cam, try not to drop it, or you don't want no scores on it, so keep it carefully. And same with your lifters. You're going to remove each lifter one by one, leave it in a place that's clean, leave it facing the orientation that it came out of the head, and just leave it in order. So yeah guys, now we ready to do the thing with the valve stem seals. So I used a spark plug pole. I'm going to show you guys this. I'm going to use a pole and I'm going to use a plank, and yeah, it's going to be quite simple, and obviously it'll be easier if you have 4 hands, so get a friend or so to help you out. I just placed the head on the floor. I have a table in the front of me, and then yeah, this is the tool. It's an old spark plug tool, to remove the spark plugs, that I cut a square into it, and it works perfectly. I have it for years now. So yeah, the first thing that we are going to do, we are going to wedge a plank on top of it, and we are going to place the pole. Obviously one person needs to wedge the plank to push down. When you push down, you'll be able to remove the keepers. You can remove the keepers by hitting it with a hammer and a socket, but I prefer this way so the keepers don't get lost. Like so. There's your keepers. Please guys, keep the keepers in a safe place because you don't want to lose it. You cannot put the valve caps back if you lose your keepers. So just keep it in a very safe place. I have instances where I've lost keepers and I have to go buy them, and they're quite pricey. And then I'm going to remove the retainer clip for the spring, remove the spring, then I have access to the valve stem seals. Now how I'm going to do this, just take a long nose plier and remove it. You do get tools for removing the valve stem seal, but obviously we're trying to do this for the average guy, and just wiggle it, play around with it, and you'll be able to remove it. Just like that, the valve stem seal is out, and then you push your new valve stem seal in with a 10mm socket. Afterwards, get your friend, place the pole carefully. Once you put the spring and once you put the clip back, place it carefully, and the guy is going to push down onto the plank, and then you're going to pop your keepers in with a screwdriver. I'm sorry guys, I know the explanation is not the best, but these are just clips that I've taken and I want to make a video on it, so bear with me. And yeah, hope you guys find all this information helpful. That is why I'm putting it out there for you guys. Just like that, your valve is back in place. Okay guys, I've proceeded to do this for all the valves. For 8, I changed 8 valve stem seals. Now while we're in this stage, I'm going to show you a test to check if your valves are leaking. So you fill some, we know we got our spark plugs back in the hole because we don't want the water or fuel to leak. We are going to pour water and fuel equally into each cylinder, and obviously if that water gets low or the fuel gets low in one of the cylinders, then you would know that there's an issue. Either your exhaust valve is leaking or your intake valve is leaking. It's a very basic test, not the best test, but it works perfectly. I've always used this basic test, and yeah, so you know if you need to regrind your valves or if you have to send your head for engineering. Okay, we got that out of the way. Everything checks out good. Now I'm going to show you something about your lifter. You know, you get the lifter tick. Guys just changing lifters because they feel that it's ticking, or you could have an exhaust leak, but they say it's a lifter. How are you going to test this? Your lifter not supposed to feel spongy. Obviously, if you have it capped outside of your engine for a long time, it's going to drain a lot of oil and it'll be a bit spongy. But you're just going to take your index finger and your thumb, you're going to press onto it. It mustn't feel spongy to the point where fluid, when I say fluid, I mean the oil is just oozing out of it. It must be stiff. Like my car never started for over a month and it's still stiff. That means the lifter is good. Obviously you can service it, but I don't advise you to do that because the valve or the plunger inside the lifter usually will last if you serve it, but then give up. So guys, we reached the stage where I assembled everything back on the cylinder head besides the camshaft because I wanted to do it that way. And yeah, it's time for us to put the head back onto the block. The block is already in the engine, and prepare ourselves for the first start. So like you can see, I am busy torquing the head down here, and I didn't want to make a video on this because there's so much videos on torquing your cylinder head, and I felt like it would have been pointless. If you guys want me to explain how to do it, please drop a comment. But yeah, I was just double checking that I tightened all the bolts to spec, and the torque settings for this is 40, 60, 90 degree, 90 degree. Very simple, but you have to do it with caution. And our cylinder head is on. Obviously I still need to put out water pipes and stuff and, you know, put everything back together, but we're at a point now that I set everything up. I did a quick test start on the vehicle, but I just wanted to show you guys how bad the car was sounding with the piston slap, because the cylinder balls was one out and the piston was one out. So I'm going to do a comparison and make you guys listen to it. So this is how it sounded. And then we did the engine rebore, new pistons, and now obviously guys, I had to get the car up to operating temperature. There were steps that I used before doing this. I pulled the spark plugs out and cranked the motor, got some oil pressure up. Yes, the lifter is making a ticking noise, but that's because it needs to build up oil pressure. That will happen after I do a test drive.